The other day, I asked my community in a newsletter, what is the biggest challenge that you have right now as a solopreneur? And the winner that came out of that was, hands down, bringing in business, getting attention, getting leads, getting clients, getting money, getting moolah in the bank. People are feeling it. People feel that they are drowning. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of people trying to get the attention. The world seems to be on fire all the time. There's new technology. It's rough out there. And you're not the only one. I'm feeling the same thing. Now, of course, we can go and blame the economy. We can blame technology. We can blame politicians. We can blame the market. We can blame those pesky algorithms out there. But really, none of that is within your control. And if you keep focusing on the things that lie completely out of your control, you'll go absolutely nuts and you get a massive burnout. So let's talk about what you can control. And I'll share with you the 2 plays I'm focusing on for the next couple of months to drum up new business, to open up that funnel, bring in leads and bring in clients, and to bring in moolah. First is the inbound play, where I create stuff over here to attract people from there. Inbound is where you put stuff out there for other people to find. These could be LinkedIn posts, this could be a newsletter, a podcast, a little image you share with a bit of text, maybe a little framework, some learning stuff, maybe a personal story behind the scenes. The point is that you're creating stuff that is useful for your target audience. So in this case, I have this massive content creation board which I put together. It's a 90-day challenge where I create content, in this case for LinkedIn. Now this looks like a very busy calendar, maybe only do 2 days or 2 posts a week. It doesn't really matter what that is. At the beginning of your week, pick a little Sunday afternoon, grab a cup of tea and map out some of the content. Think about what would be some really useful content for your audience. If you can do like me, like I mapped this kind of a month in advance. Here's the next month already, you already started this. You don't have to do that way. Like if it helps you do it in a month in advance, then do that. Now inbound is a slow burn. Don't expect to have like 3 articles up or 3 little videos up and everybody's gonna go, oh my God, you're so amazing. That just doesn't work. There's a lot of noise out there. But if you stay within the pocket, if you consistently create content for a very specific target audience, for their pain points, I bet you will get the attention after a while and stuff will come out of this. Conversations will start rolling. Those conversations can turn into leads can turn into clients, and you see where this is going. So if inbound is putting stuff out there like this, then outbound is going directly to the people themselves, is going out into their world. You already have a network. It might not be a big network, but you have a network, whether it's 50 people or 50,000 people. Now, of these people, not everybody will be your customer, will be your target audience. But somewhere in there are people who could definitely use what you are offering. And if they can't use it directly, they'll know people who could totally use what you're offering. So start reaching out to these people. Hey Sam, I saw you move to a new role in your company. Congratulations. A few months ago, I started a newsletter that helps people in your position achieve X, and I would love for you to subscribe because I think you'll get lots out of it. If this is not your priority right now, no problems at all. Have a lovely week. But the key thing is to do it with intention. Don't just go out into the world and say, hey, buy my stuff. Nobody likes to be sold to. You don't like to be sold to, nor do I. But why not reach out and find out more about them? If you're not really clear about what they are struggling with, maybe the way to start a conversation is to start on that end, to find out what it is that they're struggling with and say, hey, I've noticed in your world, this seems to be going on. Do you have that same problem? How do you see this? Or how are you solving this problem? It's creating conversations. You're not just going out there and selling stuff. Because what I hate is, and this is a big, like a big pet peeve, as Americans say, what I have. I know people who never reach out, never engage with my posts, never ask how I'm doing. But then once they need something, they're looking for a job or they want a referral, whenever they need something, they reach out. You know, they crawl out of the woodworks and all of a sudden they're like, hey buddy, we should catch up. I hate people like that. I don't think you should do it that way. And the way to do that is to make it a habit of reaching out to people. Every now and then, reach out, wish somebody a happy birthday. You see a cool article which you think is relevant for that person in your network, share with them. Say, hey, I saw this the other day and I thought of you. Hope you're well. You know, be generous with those kind of things. And if you keep doing that over time, things will come back. But don't expect it. Just kind of go out there, get into the habit of staying in touch with people, show some interest, look at what they're looking at, be curious in the things that they are curious about. That way, when you then do reach out to somebody and you ask them, whatever, to be a guest on your podcast, or you want to share one of your newsletters, or you're asking them to introduce you to somebody, it feels a lot more natural because you've already been walking around that sphere. And you know what? A lot of people might not bite. Some will ignore you, some will say no, and that's fine. People are allowed to say no. People already have a lot going on because they might be in the same position as you are, where they're trying to figure out, how am I going to bring in new leads? But if you keep showing up and you keep being genuine and generous, you will land work. So here are typical objections to inbound and outbound marketing. Well, I just don't have the time to do that. I already have a lot on my plate at the moment. You don't need a lot of time. If you spend 15 minutes every morning reaching out to 5 people and putting up like one little bit of content that you think is useful for your audience, that is enough. That over time, that builds up. Like I said, don't expect results right away. You don't need that much time. Just get into the habit of doing this frequently and you will see the returns. Sorry, but this just feels a little bit spammy. It's only spammy if you spray these templates, these copy-paste messages to hundreds of people that are not personal, not particularly useful. They just smell like AI spam, whatever that would smell like. Okay, I don't have a huge network like you guys. My network is very, very small. Great, that just makes it easier to start. All these little actions, the little compounding effect of those actions will add up. Besides, everybody starts with a tiny network. It's not like everybody has an email list of 10,000 people like that. It just doesn't happen. You got to build that. You got to nurture it. It's like gardening, kind of, sort of. 2 plays, both completely within your control. So over to you. This week, just share 1 useful post for your customers and send 5 little messages to your network. Kind of find out what's going on with them. Just get into the habit of doing 5 a week and you'll see the change. And if you want to see this board I created, kind of how I put this together and kind of the thoughts behind it, and click on this video over here where I delve into exactly this in my kitchen table. You can create the same for you. So take action, stay visible, and business will follow. I'll see you next time.